Greetings and citations to the first ever 2025 Mma Awards. Let's go. It's that time of the year. We're going to be giving out a lot of awards today. I went a little bit overboard with the categories. We got I think 25 categories. So we're going to zoom through them a little bit. But first, we're going to start off with Breakout Fighter of the Year. Let's see our nominees. Oh yeah, also, it's not just going to be 3 nominees like some of them. It's going to be 5. Some are going to be 3. We got Michael Morales, Joshua Van, Azmat Murzakanov, Waldo Cortez Acosta, and Kevin Palaos. This was a little bit of a tough one. I thought Michael Morales had a phenomenal year. Fucking Merck and Gilbert Burns and Sean Brady back to back, pretty good, but would like to see some more activity from bro. Joshua Van, this guy fought 4 times, became the champ, but there's a big asterisk on that, unfortunately. But still, won 3 banger ass fights in 2025. As members of people forget, man. This dude had a great 2025. Knocked out Alexander Rakic. And I think also had 1 or 2 other knockouts in the year. And then Cortez Acosta, very, very active, lots of fun fights, lots of KOs. Fucked up Ryan Spann, Ante Delisha, the GOAT, Shamil the Blob, Gassiev. Pretty unfortunate. Kevin Palaos too. God damn, he looked insane in that Kika fight, bro. That finish was brutal as fuck. So you guys got it. Drum roll, please. The winner is Joshua Van. Let's go. Shout out Malaysia. Let me know if y'all agree. Next category. We are moving on to the most improved fighters of the year. Let's look at our contestants, shall we? First up, Milquiselle Acosta. A lot of improvements, some good performances this year. Just got a head kick knockout. We got Sade Jourdain. Only had 1 fight, but I really think he looked phenomenal in that fight against Davy Grant. No one really does that to Davy Grant, bro. Davy Grant had a little momentum, and then Jourdain was fucking him up, bro. Nastily got the guillotine. I thought he improved a lot, but he did only have 1 fight. Next up, Alexander Hernandez knocked out Jay Super and Diego Vieira, both in 2025, and then also beat Kurt Hallbaugh in a decision. But this guy used to suck, bro. He used to always win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1. But now he's knocking motherfuckers out, bro. That's 2 really good wins. He was underdogs for both fights. I think he's improved a lot, man. Lastly, we got Peter Yan, Von Marcus Mickey, and Marab definitely improved a lot in that Marab fight. I think winning a rematch is a pretty good indicator of improvement. So let's see who the winner is. Drumroll, please. So, I went with Alexander Hernandez. Next up, worst downfall. Let's take a look at our nominees. We got Bilal Muhammad, Leon Edwards, Jack Hermanson. Now, you may be thinking, alright, Bilal didn't have that bad of a downfall, which is true. He lost. He got pretty fucked up against JDM, but JDM's good. And then he got kind of pieced up by Ian Gary. But dude, decisions, like, not too bad, but the idea is, like, 2024 versus 2025, like, to go from, like, an insanely long undefeated streak to becoming the champ to having a short notice replacement just beat the fuck out of you and then losing to Ian Gary. It's, like, not a great look. Leon Edwards, too. This guy's 0-3 in his last 3. Lost by every possible method. Decision against Usman, submission against Brady, and then knockout against CP. And 2 just sad performances in a row. He didn't do terrible against CP though. Lastly, we got Jack Hermanson. If you know, you know. This dude got slept bad by Robocop, and then came back against the Oral Bly and got slept bad again, bro. 2 in a row. And yeah, dude. Oh, sorry. Just vicious knockouts 2 in a row. So the winner is. Sorry. Jack Hermanson, winner. We're not sure. Because he probably should retire. Alright, moving on. Worst or loss. Let's take a look at our nominees. We got Patchy Mix, Nate Landwehr, Steven Herseg, and Yu Ju Sang. Patchy Mix came in with so much fucking hype. Like, people were fucking talking about, oh, he's a bad matchup for Marauder, man. He's a bad matchup. You don't want to be in there with that guy. In all this crazy shit he was talking about that too in the press conference, he was so confident and then looked awful. Literally just so definitely big or loss moment for the boy. But the winner for the greatest or loss in 2025 is Patchy Mix. I just think the level of hype he had, really, and like just the shittiness of like the performance, just not even really trying. It makes it going from like, oh, this guy could have a good fight with Marab to anyone in the top 15 beats this guy. It's a big aura loss. Next up, on the flip side, we got the best aura resurgence. Let's take a look at our nominees. We got Beatdown, Alex Pereira, and Benoit Saint Denis. All these fighters regained their aura in the big 2025. Beatdown just destroying Marab when a lot of people counted him out. I didn't. People forget I didn't, but a lot of people did count him out in this fight. He was a big underdog and just whooped Marab's ass over 5 rounds. Pereira went from having a shitty fight with Ankalaev, not being super active, to just knocking his ass out in like 2 minutes. Insane. And then PSD was 0-2, lost to DB and Nato Moicano. Goes in there, flatlines my boy Benil, and fucking submits Ruffy. Like, great comeback, definitely an aura resurgence, but the winner is Alex Pereira. Shamo. Yeah, dude, that whole performance was just straight aura. Just walked in there, boom, emote on him, get out of there, like, insane. Alright, best marauder moment nominations. Let's take a look at our nominees. We've got Volcane versus Menafield. If y'all remember, Volcane Ustamir just fucking ran in with a 12-piece combo through like a left uppercut to left knee against Menafield and slept him. Hyder Meal, Jose Delgado. This wasn't, the most positive moment for the Marauder in this fight, but I just thought it was funny, like Hyder Meal just rushing in trying to maraud, and then Delgado just picking him with a knee up the middle and putting him out. I thought it was a very good Marauder moment. And then we got Ebo versus Ewo at UFC 323, where it was like it was the round of the year. It was insane. It was like a minute and a half, and they were just both dropping each other back and forth like swinging hooks. Insane. Yeah, y'all could have guessed it. This has to be the Marauder moment of the year. This shit was so nuts, dude. Go watch this fight if you haven't. Alright, next up, the best career resurgence. People forget, man. Let's take a look at our nominees. We got Neil Magny, Christian Leroy Duncan, OCLD, my bad, Erdos Medic, and Kyle Dawkins. All these fighters had a good little resurgence in 2025. Neil Magny, a lot of people thought he should retire, like he's done, he's cooked. And then he goes out there, beats Mike Malott, Cockroach Magny, man, people forget, beats Alessio Zaleski dos Santos, which is a great win. And then fucking submits Jake Matthews. Crazy, after almost getting submitted himself. He did lose to the guy from Bellator in like a round getting subbed, so that was tough. Carlos Medic. He knocked out Muslim Salikov and Gilbert Urbina. Not the best comp, I get it, but before that, I think he got flatlined against Bully Soriano, or he might just got taken down. But he lost that fight, and then boom, 1-minute knockouts in a row. Nasty performances. This guy is fucking insane. And then Kyle Dawkins goes from 0-3 getting cut from the UFC to knocking out Michelle Pereira and then destroying the Go GM3 in like a minute. So really good comeback. Short notice knocking out Pereira is quite a feat. So the winner is Kyle Dawkins. Whoa, look at his build, bro. It's so strange. Yeah, man, knocking out Pereira, short notice, and then fucking destroying the Go GM3, like, from being cut. Pretty good comeback, and he got a bonus, which helped him out. Next up, we got the fight of the year. Big award. This one here are our nominees. First up, we got Nazim Sadikov going against Nicholas Mota. Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval. Mateus Rebecki against Chris Duncan. Diego Lopez versus I'm blanking on his name, John Silva. And then Yuri Brashka versus Khalil Roundtree. All phenomenal fights. Sadikov and Mata, good first round. Second round, they just start scrapping. Mata lets off like a 15-piece combination. Nazim's just like, whoosh, whoosh, just like moving with that shit against the cage. Comes back, rocks Mata, and I think he knocked him out eventually. I'm pretty sure. But crazy, crazy fight. Van Royval, another banger. Both of them just go into war for 3 rounds. Insane activity. Royval landing more volume, but Van landing the harder shots by far. Pretty nuts. And then Rebecca Duncan, they just fucking scrapped, bro. Nasty elbows, lots of blood everywhere. Great scrap. And then Diego Lopez, Gene Silva. Again, such an insane back and forth fight. Fucking Lopez ate a front kick to the face. I think he got taken down, but then reversed and was on top of Silva in the first round. Fucked him up with the ground and pound. And then got like almost hurt. Silva comes in, boom, spinning elbow. It was nuts. It was a pretty fucking good fight. And then lastly, Yuri Khalil, low-key. This may be a hot take. I don't think this was really one of the best fights of the year. I think it was round 3 was one of the best rounds of the year for sure. And the comeback was insane, but the first 2 rounds were kind of mid. If you actually watch that fight, like, it's just like Khalil landing a couple decent shots around, and then Yuri kind of failing to find his range and fainting a lot. It really wasn't that insane until the 3rd round, so our winner is Brandon Royval, Joshua Van. I'm sure you're not surprised. It was a banger. Them scrapping and Royval getting dropped in the last like couple seconds. That was nuts. Such a good fight. So that's the fight of the year. Next up, fighter of the year. Not fight of the year, but the fighter of the year. Self-explanatory. Let's take a look at our nominees. We got Nasibi, Carlos Prates. Awards this year, who made an imprint in CP, knocked out Jeff Neal and Leon Edwards. Van fought 4 times, became the champ. Kind of illegitimately. Marauder fought 4 times, defended his fucking title, 3 championship fights. 3 times, and then did lose to Peter Yan, but to even go for 4 fights is nuts. Islam became double champ. Kind of a boring fight though. And then Pereira came back, got his belt back in a nasty first round knockout. But didn't fight besides that, I don't believe. And then Peter Yan just fucking big underdog, cooks Marab's ass. Beats Marcus McGee too. Who do you think it's gonna be? Who do you think it's gonna be? The fighter of the year goes to Marab. Now I know you may be thinking, alright, this guy got whooped in his last fight, but still, no one else defended their title as many times as Marab, even with the loss. You know, like that's nuts. That's insane, the win streak, the quality of the wins. Like, you gotta give it up to him. And then to even go for that 4th fight, you gotta respect him. Couldn't wait. Like, that must have been hell. And he still went out there on a shield and made it to round 5, even though he was getting cooked. So, I gotta give it to Marab. Next up, we got the KO of the year nominations. Let's see our nominees. A lot of good knockouts this year. Ricky Simone versus one of the Basharan Bros. Ilya versus Charles. CLD versus Marco Duolio. Elijah Smith versus Tashiyomi. That's the slam in the Apex. Laron Murphy versus Pico. Michael Johnson versus, Charles Johnson against Loner Kavanaugh. Quinlan Salkield, Nazareth Asparast. And then Bo Nickel versus Rodolfo Piera. So many good knockouts. Ricky Simone, big underdog. Boom. Nasty overhand right. Flatlines back shred. Has him stiff out on the canvas. Same with Ilya Charles. High profile fight. Boom. Clean left hook. Hits him with the right hand all the way down. Charles is out. CLD Dulio is nasty. This whole fight was nuts, but CLD, he was doing well. Landed a nasty spinning back fist on Dulio's chin, wobbled him, and then as he got back up, just threw a 1, and then boom, monstrous 2. Just folds Dulio and then hits him with the follow-up. Nasty. Elijah Smith at Tashiyomi. Yeah, this was in the Apex. Tashiyomi had a triangle. Smith just fucking picked him up in a rampage, slammed him, and then fucking hammer fisted him. Not even, just like right hooked him twice while he was out cold. Laron Murphy, Aaron Pico, beautiful spinning elbow. Johnson Kavanaugh, insane, just kind of like leaping right hook. Boom, lands clean as Kavanaugh was exiting. Just eyes roll back, nasty knockout. Quinlan Salkield now has Rad Hackbrast, textbook beautiful fucking Muay Thai head kick out of nowhere. Same with Bo versus Ferreira. Nasty walk-off head kick. So, a lot of good knockouts this year. I always like something that's a little more special, like a head kick or a spinning attack, more than just like a overhand right or a boxing combo. But all of these knockouts were brutal. The winner of Knockout of the Year is Laron Murphy, knocking out Aaron Pico with that insane spinning elbow. I think just the fact that Laron Murphy was known as this boring, like, decision just so beautiful, bro. Just the quickness, the way you saw him coming there. Boom. Oh, it was insane. So I had to go this one for KO of the year. Next up, submission of the year. Let's take a look at our nominees. We got Marab against Sean O'Malley getting the front joke. Around Salty Pie. This dude got an Ezekiel joke from fucking closed guard. Got a goddamn Ezekiel. Nuts. Sean Bannon, she got dropped with a head kick, put out with the ground and pound, woke back up, and then immediately armbarred this chick. Pretty insane if you ask me. Zalal just fucking rolled up an armbar in no time against Josh Emmett, which I feel like is rare these days. You don't see many armbars, you know. And then Fluffy just dragging deletes his fucking lifeless body in the middle of the octagon. Nasty rear naked joke. So the submission of the year goes to Marab. I think the stakes of this, like the fact that O'Malley had a full camp, he was logged in. He knew what he had to work on to be Marab, and still got dominated, and then finished by Marab. This is Marab's like second finish in his entire career. And that's nuts, bro. To do against fucking O'Malley, to just choke him out like that, like that's pretty fucking impressive. So Marab, and with his short ass little limbs, like I didn't think he'd ever submit someone. Alright, next up, Robbery of the Year. Let's take a look at our nominees. Wonderboy Dobson against Gabriel Bonfim, Marchand Ibera, Mick Barkin, Zahabi, and Jose Aldo, and then Jose Elgato and Nathaniel Wood. Wonderboy against Bonfim. Wonderboy literally head kicked Bonfim flush. In the round that he lost, Bonfim held him up against the cage, landed no more than 3 knees to the thigh. And that was all the damage he did the entire round, and Wonderboy hit him with a flush head kick. And that was the deciding round. Bullshit, bro. Marchand Ibera, Mick Barkin. I was rooting for Ibera. But honestly, when the fight ended, I was like, oh, Mick Barkin definitely won this. Like, he's got it. And then Ibera won. I was like, oh shit, let's go. But yeah, total robbery for sure. Next up, Zahabi Aldo. I get it. Zahabi had a good end of the third round, but he also got soccer kicked in the fucking nose, and then grounded, pounded multiple times, and like rocked multiple times by Aldo, and he just landed good ground and pound, like that was it. But yeah, annoying. I think Aldo won that shit. And then Jose Delgado, Nathaniel, well, this was a flat out robbery. Delgado was way more active, landed some seriously good shots, got hit a couple times, like it was kind of close, it was competitive, but Delgado was like twice as active, landed more shots. I think landing the more damaging shots, like absolutely insane robbery. So the winner, or I suppose loser, of the robbery of the year goes to Jose Delgado. Nathaniel Wood, look at that, bro. But he doesn't know where he's at. Got dropped bad, and still fucking won this fight. Look at Laura Sanko, dude. Look at her. And John Anik and this guy doing the soy face. Is that DC? DC's fucking standing up. Like nasty. Look at that. No one in the crowd. Fucking Saudis, bro. Rich ass Saudis. Alright, anyways. Fight night of the year. Let's take a look at our Nazardini Imavov going against Caio Barayo. Hooker versus Arman Sarukian. Bonfim versus Brown. We're gonna actually look at these cards real quick because I don't completely remember who was on all of these. Oh shit. God, I cannot spell, bro. Oh my god. Alright, Hooker Sarukian. Pretty recent card. Go to the prelims. Boring ass fight. Denzel Freeman and that other dude. Aliev. Pretty good performance against Shamrock. And then Ishmael Nurdiev. Nasty overhand right flatlines my boy. Ryan Loader. Tabori's brother had a good win. A pretty decent scrap. This fucking Russian guy just threw a head kick, flying knee, submission, bunch of shit at this dude. Finished him in 30 seconds. Asuam Mabayev gets this sub on Alex Perez. Nicholas Dalby wins a boring ass fight. Luke Riley, insane fight, gets whooped by Bogdan Brad, then knocks him out in the second. Gyoi Horiguchi, one of the worst beatdowns of the year against Dagir. Waldo Cortez flatlines though me. Gaziev and Gaziev goes like this. He's like, my face hurts, and then boom, hammer fist. Oral Bly sleeps Jacker Manson badly. Volkan Uzdemir marauds Alonzo Metafield in a minute and a half. 3 first round finishes in a row. Knockouts too. And then Ian Gary, decent fight against Paul. And then Armin just kind of smokes Dan Hooker. Like, that was a good card, bro. Fuck. Alright, let's take a look at Imavov and Barayo. We had CMU submitting Sean Abandon, Renat beating Gustafsson in one of the worst performances of 2025. Robert Brychek knocking out Brad Tavares, who's never been knocked out. Sam Patterson knocking out Trey Waters in a 1 round. Caio Fernandez just destroying Harry Hardwick with calf kicks. Again in a round. Then March Nightborough getting fucking marauded and blitzed by Ante Delisha. And then Omar Sy getting the ground pound TKO against Prince Ribeiro. Not a single decision on the prelims. One submission in fucking 6 knockouts, 1 sub to start the card. Then Gomi wins a boring decision. Alex Sola knocks out Reese McKee. Mason Jones, insane back and forth fight, knocks out Blagioki. Mateus Bekauskas gets a knockout against Paul Craig. Benoit Denis smokes Ruppy, and then Brow and Imavov have a pretty decent back and forth scrap. Like, there was 2 decisions on the entire card. And the last mention, Bonfim versus Brown. This was an Apex card, but it delivered, dude. Zachary Reese McVeigh, nasty fight. Marcos gets the sub. Tisha Pennington, Denise Combs, kind of a boring one. Josh Holkett looks great, first round knockout. Cavalcanti Silva, boring fight. Ricky Simone Parcells, decent little scrap. Same with Emil and Emmers. But then the main card, all finishes. CLT with a nasty knockout. Chris Padilla with a knockout against Ismail Pompey. Rose Medic with a nasty knockout. Morales with a submission. And then Bonfim with a fucking nasty knee. Like, all phenomenal fights. But our cards. But I think I'm going to have to go with Imavov Barallo. Come on, 2 decisions on the entire just nasty finishes on this card. Insane. Best card of the year. Next up, the worst card of the year. Nominations. Let's take a look at our nominees. We got Jamal Hill, Khalil Roundtree. This card was ass. Fucking Gamrod Klein, which was supposed to be Blanchfield Marbury, but got cancelled, and there's only 2 finishes on the entire card. Usman Buckley, mostly boring decisions. And then 312, that was like Sean Strickland and TDP. It's kind of a shitty Australia card, so the winner is... Feel like you could see this one coming. Oh shit, hold on. Boom. Macy Barber versus Aaron Blanchfield. I mean, shitty night of fights. Most, like 10. No, there was 9 fights. 7 decisions. And then the main event just gets fucking canceled. It just doesn't happen after a decimating co-main moved up to main event. Absolutely dreadful. Next up we got the upset of the year. Let's take a look at our nominees. We got Ethan Ewan versus Malcolm Wellmaker, Anthony Johnson versus Daniel Selhuber, Carlos Fair versus Osias Musasa, Tim Elliott versus Kai Sakura, Peter Jan Marab, and then Talbot Barcelos. Oh shit, sorry. This is the trophy everyone's getting. All the winners tonight. Ethan Ewing, amazing scrap against a Wellmaker, stepped in on like less than a week's notice, just fought, and put the whoops on him over 3 rounds. Michael Johnson, massive underdog against Selhuber, a lot smaller, and does enough to get the win. Kind of a boring fight though. Carlos Fair, this guy like trains with Ryan Hall. He's like Ecuadorian, I think, and he's like a Taekwondo heel guy, like jiu-jitsu guy. He's like 37 or some shit, and just goes against this guy who's built like fucking Francis Ngannou, and head kicks him in like the first round, and then latches onto the sub. Doesn't get touched. Tim Elliott is submitting Kaya Sakura, making it look easy, crazy. Peter Yan, obviously big upset against Parap, but I think the line should have been closer on this fight. And then Talbot Barcelos. Barcelos was like plus 800, insane odds. I think this was the biggest betting upset of the year by like odds. But Talbot just kind of got out wrestled. It wasn't like a super dominant performance. He just out wrestled him, you know. Yeah, I mean he did dominate, but I don't know, it wasn't like a crazy scrap or anything. And yeah, bad luck for Talbot. So the winner is Carlos Vera. Hold on, I gotta show you all this fight, bro. Because this knockout was nasty. Look at this shit, bro. We'll see if the UFC posted it. Ah, fuck. Oh no. Oh. Next up, Beatdown, win of the year. This performance was just the most one-sided, like, who just got their ass whooped, just handed to them. The nominees are Stephen Yuen, Mma Awards. Stephen Yuen, I think, broke the record for most knockdowns in a round. It was like 5. Hernandez deletes a cast. Hernandez kept taking him down, landing good shots, elbowing him, just taking him down at will, kind of embarrassing him, and then dragging him into the middle of the octagon with a rear naked. Cuddy versus Fines. Fines just ran around the cage for most of the first round. Looked like a chicken, and then just kind of gave up after getting plumped and got knocked out. Very sad. And then Takir or Gucci put the whoops on Takir. Nasty head kicks, or fucking left hands or right hands, I forget. And then subbed him after fucking breaking his nose. The winner is Delize versus Hernandez. I mean, look at this, bro. Just dragged. Like he's like an older brother or something. Like just brutal beatdown from Anthony Hernandez. Next up, the letdown of the year. Let's take a look at our nominations. These were cards that had a lot of hype going in, and were just a letdown, bro. Just disappointing. We got Hamzat versus DDP, Islam JDM, Costa Sergey Pavlovich. First two are self-explanatory. Costa Sergey Pavlovich. Dude, I thought this was gonna be a banger fight. Like it really should have, and it was so boring and dull. It's like, what the fuck? It should be such a scrap. And then obviously Aspinall, great first round, was kind of getting whooped, looked close, and then boom, eye poke, fight's over. So disappointing, so sad. We're gonna have to wait another 10 years for another heavyweight championship fight. So the winner is Tommy Aspinall. Got the dub. That shit was so annoying. Next up, the comeback of the year nominations are Marquez versus Cody Brundage. Brundage got rocked bad. Hit with a nasty follow-up, and then boom, overhand right puts out Marquez. Insane fight. Sean Bannon, as I mentioned earlier, got head kicked, then put out on the ground, then got the arm bar. Yuri Khalil, I mean, Yuri had nothing for Khalil in the first two, was losing handedly, and then third round just enters marauder mode, goes nuts, puts the pressure on Khalil. Khalil breaks, boom, takes him out with the left hook, and then Acosta Delia, Ante Delisha got the win. Ref stopped it. Then they saw his eye poke, restarted the fight, and then Acosta just sleeps in like 10 seconds. Insane. So the winner is of upset of the year, or comeback of the year, Yuri Prochazka. I mean, he was losing so bad, and the way he looked in that third was completely different than the first two. Just to be able to do that is nuts. So you gotta give it to him. And next up, the super necessary moment of the year. These were fights where a fighter gets a nasty, put him out cold, flatline knockout, and still decides, you know what, these guys need a little bit more brain damage, I suppose, and fucking follows up. We have examples too, so the class can see. this one was bad. And then Thomas Peterson beat Petrino, which I don't know if y'all. Oh shit! Fuck! I forgot to talk about our nominees. Well, I guess I just did. The winner of Super Necessary Moment of the Year goes to, or is, Gregory Rodriguez. Jack Hermanson, look at him, bro. Look at Jack Hermanson. Out cold. Boom, hammer fist. Absolutely nasty. I believe. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, shit. I had a slide with all the links to these fights, but it looks like it disappeared. So we're gonna have to Google it real quick. Please bear with me. First, let's take a look at Elisha Smith. Excuse me. Versus Toshiomi. I think they posted this on YouTube. Oh my god, look at it, bro. Picks him up. Boom, slams him, headbutts him. He's out. Boom, boom, boom. Fuck, dude. Fuck, bro. Look at that. Boom, headbutt. He's out. Mink. Oh my goodness, dude. Absolutely vile. Alright, next up, Gregory Rodriguez, Jack Hermanson. We'll see if we can find a good angle on this. It's probably good. Boom. Left hook. Puts him out. Head hits, back of the head hits the canvas. Boom! Fuck, bro. Look at that. So fucked up. Like he's obviously out cold. Pink. Oh, mouthpiece comes out. Like, dude. That was not super necessary. Oh wait, that one's bad. Look at this one. Boom! Oh. And there he is, just lying there. God, bro. Absolutely brutal. Extra side of fucking CD. And last but not least, we got Vitor Petrino going against Thomas Peterson. Insane combo. Look at this knockout, dude. Ming, ming. Ming, ming. Oh, dude. Like, the way he flopped forward like a fish. Whoa. Boom. Boom. Oh. Fuck, dude. Fuck. Like, did you really have to do that to him? You fucking face planted like a seal. And you still had to do that to him. Uppercut, left hook. Oh, and then boom. Boom. Oh. Brutal, bro. Mink. Oh. Bugged up. So nasty. Boom, boom. And then boom, boom. Oh. All super necessary. But the winner, I think I already mentioned this, but went to Gregory Rodriguez, got the dub. So that concludes the 2025 MMA Awards. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with in the comments below. If there's anyone I missed, which I definitely did, again, let me know. Let me know your picks, but yeah, dude, this was the yearly recap of mixed martial arts in 2025. Gave out a lot of awards today, had a lot of good winners. Yeah, 2025 was a great year for the UFC. 2024 was kind of shit, and there were certain Apex cards and points in time where this wasn't a great year, but overall, I think MMA really made a comeback this year and is pretty fun again. So, yeah, let me know what y'all thought about the UFC this year, and have a